Hey, what's up, guys? Marks11 here to show you guys a patch 7.1 Marksman Hunter guide. This is more of a kind of a recap, I guess you could say. Um, Not a lot has changed from the start of Legion, but there's a few things. One being this new pot that they came out with called the Potion of Prolonged Power. Use is drink to increase all stats by 2,500 for 1 minute. So that could be a pre-pot instead of a potion of the old war, for instance. Um, they both do around the same amount of damage. Just depends on what you're looking for. So yeah, let's jump into it. So first we're going to start off with talents. Talents, we're going to start with Lone Wolf, of course. Lone Wolf just is overall the best. It increases your damage by 18%, but you can't use a pet. As a marksman, we don't need pets because we're marksmen, we're snipers. The second is lock and load. This one makes it so your attacks have a chance, 8% chance to trigger lock and load, which makes it so your next two aim shots are instant cast and also cost 0 focus. So that's really, really important to have. Then there's Black Arrow and True Aim. I haven't really touched Black Arrow. True Aim isn't that bad for like single target boss fights, maybe in Emerald Nightmare, for instance. Um, I'd go with Lock and Load if it were me. This one's more of a utility. I take Post Haste personally. I like that it frees you from movement impairing effects and increases your movement speed for 60 seconds. So it's like a root disabler slash move speed buff, which is really nice. The next row we have level 60 talents is Explosive Shot, Sentinel, Patient Sniper. You're going to go with Patient Sniper here, probably 9 times out of 10. Um, that's just because it's just overall a damage buff to every part of your kit almost. These ones aren't that great. So, yeah, Patient Sniper. For 75 talents, you have Binding Shot, Wyvern Sting, Camouflage. These are very situational. I like Binding Shot because it's an AoE stun, especially for if you like to run Mythic Plus dungeons, for instance. This can be really, really important on certain weeks, like bolstering, for instance. It's really important. This one's nice. It's a sap if you want to, focus one target down and leave the other. Camouflage, eh, it's up to you. I mean, maybe in a Mythic Plus, you like really are having trouble sneaking past mobs. Um, this can be a one that you can choose if you want to be stealthy, obviously. This 90 talents, you have Murder of Crows, Barrage, and Volley. I take Barrage. Most marksman hunters take Barrage. Um, it's on a lower cooldown than Murder of Crows, and overall, just it puts out a lot of AOE damage, which us marksman hunters are insane cleave damage. It's awesome. So this one I've never actually taken. I've heard it works in certain scenarios. It's really good if there's a lot of mobs just packed together. But in raids and in Mythic Plus, I would just take Barrage. You could take the other two if you're having trouble with Barrage. Let's say you Barrage, and a lot of the time you Barrage, you end up pulling extra mobs, and your group reams your ass because you're a hunter who pulls everything with Barrage. Then that's entirely up to you. I would take Barrage. For 100 talents, we have Sidewinders, Piercing Shot, and Trick Shot. Sidewinders here is like pretty much what you have to go. Um, it's your focus generator as well as it gives you a vulnerable target. So, whoops, sorry. So yeah, it's it's like your bread and butter, I guess you could say. Okay, and then now into stats. For marksman hunters, your main stat, which for most classes it is this way, is mastery, 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 mastery. You want mastery, and you want mastery because of the sole reason that range of all your range attacks and abilities is increased by 20%, and damage of focus spending abilities increased by 82%. So besides the range part, because that's cool, but that 82% bonus damage for any focus spending ability, which is any ability you have except Sidewinders, is going to be increased by your mastery. So yeah, you want mastery. You want mastery and chance on like ring, 2-ring, mastery and chance, gems, mastery. On the neck, I don't have it right now, but you're gonna want to take Mark of the Hidden Satyr. It's just a good damage buff. It does like 64k damage, just a little boost to your DPS. And as far as back enchant, I enchanted it with agility. That's what most people are doing nowadays. You can go mastery enchant. I would recommend just agility. I don't know. It doesn't really matter that much. It's not crazy. And then your second highest priority stat is agility, of course. Agility increases the magnitude of all your attacks and abilities. So that just makes you hit harder. Third would be haste. Increases the attack speed and focus regeneration. Crit is the third, which everyone knows what crit does. You just hit harder. You have a chance to crit. The last one is versatility. So as far as gear goes in this expansion, I would recommend downloading the add-on Pawn. It's really helpful for figuring out what gear you need to use, because I know that a lot of times people are really confused on is this piece better for me, or this piece has a 870 eye level but it doesn't have mastery, and my 845 has 1000 mastery. Should I equip the 870? It's just like it helps with that kind of just the gearing out process and knowing what to do. It helps a lot. Item level is important, but by all means, your stats are more important. So now let's hop into the weapon skills. Or your traits, I mean. So let's start with artifact relics. You have a storm, a blood, and a life. So with these, I wouldn't pay too much attention on necessarily what the relic does for your traits. I would just make sure that its item level is higher. So like if I got an 865 life relic, for instance, and it gave me, +1 to healing shell, for instance, but it also gave me +3 item level to my already level 891 weapon, I'm going to use that over this one, like 10 times out of 10, because the highest DPS spike that you can have is your weapon. Your weapon is the most important to your DPS. It will help you a ton. Let's see. So yeah, this one you're going to start here, obviously. You have to. You're going to start here. You're going to go down. You're going to work your way this way along here. Get Called Shot, Mark of the Windrunner, up to Deadly Aim. This one, it's like complete garbage, unless you're like maybe a PvPer. Sadly, you have to get it in order to progress through. So you're going to get to this point, and this is kind of like your path. This is where you get started on where you're going to go. So I would recommend, you can go this way. You could go left and then down to get Legacy of the Windrunners. Personally, I would go here. True Shot also increases your critical strike damage by 50%. Forge duration. That's really nice. That's insane because that's your highest. That's one of your biggest cooldowns. That's Marksman Hunter's sole cooldown. That's our cooldown. We have no other cooldowns really. You're gonna go there, up to mark for death, and then start at bullseye. That's the first gold trait you're gonna get. And most people would think, oh, and then I'll go up and then I'll get this one. It's really close. No, you don't want to do that. You want to come back down here and then get Legacy of the Windrunners. You could go this way and then this way. I would go this way because this one is a huge damage buff to bosses, for instance, if they're low health or any target. After you get this one, you're going to come back up from, you already have this, you're going to go to Precision, and then get your last trait, which is Call of the Hunter, which is just a good AoE gold trait here. And then you're going to want to work your way up here, get Quick Shot, leave this, don't get this one, personally, you don't need that one. This one, the disengage one, as well as the aspect of the turtle one, are very unimportant for if you're a PvEer. If you're a PvPer, they're pretty important. I would recommend getting these at some point. I mean, we're all going to get them at some point, but. So yeah, you're going to go get Quick Shot, move up to Critical Focus, get these two eventually, and then at last get the Wind Flight arrows. Okay, so yeah, that's your weapon, and then let's get into the rotation now. So the rotation's really simple. It's simple in the aspect that Marksman Hunters kind of are like apply a buff to the target, use an ability, apply a buff, use an ability, apply a buff, use an ability, rotate. That's what it is. It's like use one ability, use another. Use one ability, use another. It's really fun. You guys will really like it if you ever play this class. So yeah, like I was saying, back to the pot. If this were a boss, let's say, I know it's AoE, but if this were a boss per se, let's say we're fighting Mythic Nefendra, or normal Nefendra, whatever you call it. You're gonna want to pre-pot. I personally like this Potion of Prolonged Power. You can also pre-pot with Potion of the Old War as well. So here's the rotation. I'll just I'll run through it and then I will talk about it. So let's see. So we're going to pre-pot, Windburst, True Shot, Sidewinders, Aim Shot, Mark Shot, Barrage, Aim Shot, Sidewinders again, Aim Shot, into a Mark Shot, Aim Shot, Aim Shot, Sidewinders, Aim Shot, Mark Shot again, Aim Shot because it's vulnerable, Windburst, Barrage. You pretty much want to use Barrage whenever it's off cooldown. And then repeat. Just rinse and repeat. So yeah, now I'll talk it over, and I'll do it one more time too. So the whole thing with Hunters is our vulnerable buff. So what that is, where is it? I don't even know where it is, but it makes it so your aim shot pretty much hits like a truck if they're marked vulnerable. So I'll show you. So I'll cast a regular aim shot. I did 115k, okay? Now I'm going to get vulnerable, minus don't add the wind burst. So now I'm vulnerable. So now I'll use aim shot, and it hit for 600k. I'll show you it again. So it's marked vulnerable because of Sidewinders. I'll use aim shot, 1,000,000 damage. I'll use it again, 500, 580k. It's insane. So you never want to cast aim shot without the target being marked vulnerable, or else you'll get this kind of damage right here. It's just, it's pitiful. You don't want to do that to yourself. You're shooting yourself in the leg. So what you're gonna do is, oh yeah, another point too before I, say what I was gonna say is, don't be the guy that does this. So let's say I'm doing my rotation, aim shot. Okay, I use sidewinders, double aim shot proc, I'll mark, lock, and load. I'll use this, and then like I'll just instantly use sidewinders, or like right here, and then I'll just use sidewinders again. Don't ever do that. Never do that. It's best because now look, now my sidewinders, I have nothing to press. So, I mean, I don't have any focus regeneration, as well as there's no way of getting my mark shot proc for sidewinders. So a rule of thumb is use it at 2 or use it right before 2. Like, you want there to be at least one stack on there. Like right here is fine to use it, because it's back up. Even if it's marked, even if that, when it highlights like that in gold, that means that when I use it, it'll give me a marked, it'll allow me to shoot mark shot. I personally would never use it if it's marked, regardless. If I have one prop, I will not use it if it's gold, because it'll mess up your whole rotation. You won't have, it just throws everything off, sort of. So yeah, that's really important. That's probably the most important thing. Like, don't double sidewinders, because now it's like, okay, see, look, I have no focus, and I can't generate any focus. And then if I use it again, I'm in the same spot, Um, so that's really important. What else is there? Oh, I think that's about it, guys. Well, I hope you liked the video. If you have any questions, just comment below. And then I'll also throw in my Twitch and my Twitter in the below the video here. So if you guys like this video and want more Hunter content, or other game content, you can go check out my Twitch. You can hit me up on Twitter. I'll be putting out certain YouTube videos probably every week, if not, twice a week. Yep. So thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in.